On the 11th hour of the 11th day, on the 11th month, the fighting of World War I ended in 1918. Due to the conclusion of the war to end all wars, on November 11th became a universally recognized day of celebration. The day was originally declared Armistice Day, 8 years after the end of World War I, and it honored only veterans of that war. Then in 1954, after World War II and the Korean War, it was renamed Veterans Day to honor all veterans who served America in war and defended democracy. When Francis Scott Key wrote the Star-Spangled Banner almost 200 years ago, he called America the land of the free and the home of the brave. These words are as true today as they were then. Throughout this nation's history, America's soldiers, whether their service was in the Army, Marines, Navy, Air Force, or Coast Guard, have bravely answered the call to defend our freedom, to aid our friends and allies, and to turn back aggressors. We can never fully repay our debt of gratitude to the more than 650,000 American service members who died in the battle, or the 1.4 million who were wounded. We can, however, recognize and thank the 25 million veterans that are still living today.
My name is Jim Callison. I'm a custodian here at the high school. I served 12 years active duty in the U.S. Army, and then I did 3 years in the National Guard after that. I was an M1 tank systems mechanic. I worked on the M1 Abrams tank when I was in. I was a squadron inspector was the last job that I had when my last duty assignment in Fort Knox. I felt both obligated and honored to be able to serve for the country that defends our way of life and freedom.
My name is Jonathan Romero.
Ryan Woods.
Jack Dawson.
Ruben Mandine.
Emma Gray.
Carter. Cole Van Vark.
I'm Sophia Lucas.
Nathan Lucas.
Hey, I'm Bria Fisher.
Sydney Carr.
Huda Anglo.
Carson Crabb.
Hi, I'm Bridget Bearden.
Chloe. I'm Ann Charleston.
Adam Keiko.
Carrie Gray.
Jace Moran.
Jennifer Lehman.
Will Lammers.
Haley Bradshaw.
When asked about Veterans Day, what I think about Veterans Day and why it's important is really what's great about the United States, right? We have this country that's diverse in cultures and backgrounds and opinions, and we're afforded that because of the sacrifices that our veterans make for us.
Having two older siblings, I know like the sacrifice that comes with like, signing those papers, for years you're away from your family in a base far away. And I know you can be deployed at any time. So, I know it's a big sacrifice for a greater cause.
I think that it's really important to recognize all of the people that fought for us in our country.
Veterans Day is important to me because I have a lot of family that have served, and they're still alive, and so it's important that I reach out to them on Veterans Day and just sort of thank them and respect them for the service they put in.
They sacrifice their lives for us every day.
It's a time to remember all the people that have sacrificed, put their lives on the line for us to have our freedom, our liberties, and make the USA what it is.
I had a grandpa who served, so it's just really important for me to let him know I'm thankful, and I'm thankful for everyone who served for this country.
It's important to me because people that have served for us, it's important to give them the recognition that they deserve.
I think it's important that we honor and recognize the people that have served in the military before us because they have ensured that we live in this great country that we live in.
It's important to celebrate the people who are brave enough to defend our country, and so we want to show our appreciation.
So I'm from a very proud military family, 4 generations now. So my great-grandpa was in the Army, my grandpa was in the Army, my dad was in the Navy, and my brother is on his 11th year serving in the Army National Guard.
My grandpa served in Vietnam, my uncle was a pilot in the Gulf War, and my dad is a JAG officer.
My grandpa served in the Vietnam War.
My cousin's in the Army. She's a nutritionist in Texas. She's a captain. And then my uncle, he's a colonel in the Air Force. And then my aunt is also a colonel in the Air Force.
With my dad, who is a World War II veteran, and his 2 brothers, also all 3 World War II veterans.
My dad was in the Army.
My father served in the Army during the Vietnam War, and my stepfather served in the Navy, also during the Vietnam War.
My grandpa, he served in the Vietnam War.
One of my grandpas served in the National Guard. My other grandpa served in the Air Force, and my cousin served in the Marines.
My uncle served, he went to Iraq.
My grandpa served in Vietnam.
This Veterans Day, I want veterans to know that we appreciate the sacrifice they made for our country, not even just for our country, but for us as well.
I just want them to feel like appreciated and loved because we appreciate and love all that they do for us.
That we're very thankful for them and appreciate everything they do to keep our country safe and secure.
I would like veterans to know that we appreciate the sacrifices they've made in serving our country. I know that it's taken time away from the family and it's a lot of physical and mental hardship that they've given to our country just so we can live the life that we live here.
We appreciate you a lot and that you guys are very brave for what you guys do. So we just want to celebrate you.
Even in a divided country, we can all come together and respect and appreciate the service that they put in and the freedom that they preserved and defended for us.
You're just very important to our country and the freedom that we have now.
I want the veterans to know how much I love you and we care about you and we thank you for everything that you've done for us.
Thank you, veterans.
Thank you, veterans.
Thank you, veterans.
Thank you.
Thank you, veterans.
Thank you.
Thank you, veterans.
Thank you, veterans.
Thank you.
Thank you, veterans.
Thank you, veterans.
Thank you, veterans.
Thank you, veterans.
Thank you.
Thank you, veterans.
Thank you, veterans.
Thank you, veterans.
Thank you.
Thank you, veterans.
Thank you, veterans.
Thank you, veterans.